Want to speak real Spanish from your first lesson? Sign up for your free lifetime account at SpanishPod101.com.
Hola, soy Brenda Romaniello, tu profesora de español. Hello, I'm Brenda Romaniello, your Spanish teacher. Today, we're going to have a look at how to introduce your family members in Spanish. Let's start with some vocabulary. So, I want you to repeat after me. Repite después de mí. Papá. Papá. Notice that little accent there on the top of the A. That's where the stress of the word goes. So I don't want you to say papa. I want you to say papá. Papá. Muy bien. Mamá. Mamá. So papá is father. Mamá is mother. It also means mom and dad. Papá. Mamá. Yo. Hermano. Hermano. Hermana. Hermana. So remember, in Spanish, it's very important to know that we don't pronounce the H in Spanish. The H is silent in Spanish. So as you can see there, it's not going to be hermano or hermana. Remember, it's going to be, pretend that the H is not there. So we're going to say hermano, hermana. Hermano, hermana. Okay, let's see how we say husband in Spanish. We say esposo. Esposo. Repite. Esposo. And wife, we are going to say esposa. Esposa. Muy bien. What about son? We are going to say, remember we said the H is silent in Spanish, so we're going to say hijo. Hijo. And daughter, we're going to say hija. 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 Okay, so now let's put this in context and let's have a look at this vocabulary in a conversation. Let's say, for example, that two co-workers are looking at each other's phone. One person can say, ¿Quién es él? ¿Quién es él? Who is he? ¿Quién es él? ¿Quién es él? Es mi esposo. Es mi esposo. It's my husband or he is my husband. Es mi esposo. Let's have a look at some other examples that you can use when, for example, you're in a conversation with Spanish speakers and they show a photo of their family members in their phone or in a photo. Or if you want to say that, well, this is my mom or she is my mom, my mother, you can say, es mi mamá. Es mi mamá. So she's my mother or it's my mother. Es mi hijo. Es mi hijo. He's my son or it's my son. So remember, the structure that we're going to have to introduce a family member in Spanish is going to be es plus mi plus the family member. Es mi esposo. Es mi mamá. Es mi hijo. So something to pay attention to in Spanish is that in English we say he is or she is, it is, etc. In Spanish, we're just simply going to say es. And es it's basically the verb conjugated for the third person singular, so for he, she, and it as well. So in Spanish, we don't mention the pronoun, yes, as we do in English to say he is or she is. In Spanish, we simply say es. So I don't know if you know a lot of Spanish speakers or if you have any Spanish friends, But we make this mistake in English all the time. I even have to think about it sometimes, that we tend to say he is for everything, right? Like even for animals and things, because we're so used to just saying es in Spanish. So for you, maybe what you have to get used to is just dropping the he and the she and just simply say es. So if you want to introduce a family member to someone else, you can say es mi mamá, es mi hijo, es mi esposo, es mi hija, es mi hermana, es mi hermano. Muy bien, vamos a practicar. Let's practice. Do you remember how to say husband in Spanish? Esposo, esposo, esposo. And do you remember how to say my husband in Spanish? Mi esposo, mi esposo. And do you remember how to say it's my husband or he's my husband? Es mi esposo. Es mi esposo. Do you remember how to say wife in Spanish? Esposa. Esposa. And do you remember how to say daughter in Spanish? Hija. Hija. Do you remember how to say son in Spanish? Son. Hijo. Hijo. Do you remember how to say mother in Spanish? Mamá. Mamá. And how do you say father in Spanish? Papa. Papa. How do you say brother in Spanish? Hermano. Hermano. And how do you say sister in Spanish? Hermana. Hermana. Muy buen trabajo. Excellent job. That is all for today's lesson. I really hope that now you know how to introduce your family members in Spanish. Thank you so much for watching today's class, and I will see you next class. Adiós. Hasta luego.
Want to speed up your language learning? Take your very first lesson with us. You'll start speaking in minutes and master real conversations. Sign up for your free lifetime account. Just click the link in the description.